slow start for me today. Unorganised, small, slight technical difficulties, but all be good. All right. Instructions for this bad boy is somewhere. Find it. Yeah, thanks, kid. Oh, all the good stuff. Okay. This is going to be my first ever attempt at a Gundam model of this size. It's freaking huge. 1/60th scale, about 30 centimeters high from memory. See how it goes. Bad boy out of the box first. All the good stuff. Okay. Where do I even start? So I think what I'll do is pack this best I can. And I will look at putting the frame together to start off. Get a frame, get some detail on that frame. Go from there. Oh, wow. I'll give Bandai one thing. They do multicolor injection molding quite well. Oh, that's heavy. Yeah. Put all the dark metallic red stuff out. So, see how this goes. Big old chunky box to the side. God, it's some runners. That's not even half the box either, by the way. And to top it all off, instructions are in Japanese. But they are pretty good. Have a quick squeeze. Ah, your daughter. All right, got the coffee. We're all set. Okay, feet first. Let's start with one is L and T. I believe. Yes, that one was right. Metal parts. Nice. Oh, there's one. I'll do. Oh my god, it's a lot of runners. So I think what I'll do is I'll just open them if I need them. Okay. Have a looky. It's probably didn't come through too well on the camera, but it's a very nice, well detailed. So I'll get the frame together, and then I want to go right over the frame once I've got it together and highlight some details, maybe mask off some pieces, a little bit of extra lining, but camera's not the best. Have a look. L19. I only got one light working today too. I need to see about getting that fixed or replaced. There we go. This is all in double ups too because I'm doing 2 feet at once. So I'm not by any means a professional. I'm not a pro. I'd actually consider myself a novice, but I do enjoy the build. 18 as well, which is the part right beside it. better. Okay, pushing on. Plastic's quite firm, which is good for an inner frame. I haven't really got. There's a box to put the scraps in, so that'll do. Box from last week. Definitely going to be a glass file job for these. It's quite high gloss plastic. You can't see it on camera. See if I can find my glass file. Not terrible, but it's inside a foot. I think I'll survive. Tiny little excuse for an overhead camera rig. Okay. T27. T22. Okay, let's figure out how this bad boy goes together. Put that on the wrong part. Yep, right side. Beautiful. It's always good when things go together with a nice little snap. L3, L4. And I also need... Oh, okay, here's a sprue I didn't have out. Oh. T25. Now, I guarantee you that's going to be one of the colors I don't have. D, F, M, I. Okay, give me a sec. I'll have to see if I can find it. Okay, looks like it's going to be the one pack. What? Oh, no, that's C, not O. Interesting. Must be in amongst the ones I already got out. Yeah, look. Then, not much luck here. Give me a sec, guys. I'll just switch this out to break. I'll see what I can figure out. Okay, I'm back. I found it. It was right under my nose the entire time. It's usually how it goes. Nice chrome parts. This should be interesting. I believe these are the piston shafts. That's what I've been trying to avoid. Shooting parts across the fucking room. Now, these have to go in a specific way. It is somewhat hard to tell. Well, I'll soon find out when I go to put it together. Yeah, L4, L3. Just a little bit of a cleanup in a sec. Let's get the main part of the sprue off. I don't. I think I put something upside down. I have. Of course I have. Almost a bit case of me not trimming quite enough off the part. No, let's go straight in. think, maybe. That's better. Okay. We have a start. Okay, let's start up some booties. Okay, so I'm going to focus mainly on the inner frame sections. I'm not going to worry about white armor pieces or anything like that. Soles. I'll give them some detail and they'll be the pieces that go on last. T7, 8, L14 and 15. Right. Wreck your chair, sweetheart. Okay. That was on. And 15. Excuse me. Okay. Now. Yeah. This is where I have to trim up the toe section. I'll put this in now. It's not going to go in very well later on. Some very fine pegs. Of course, I missed a piece. Now try and pry that back apart. So hard. That's better. It's tighter than I wanted it to be, but it works. That is a foot. So this is going to be a big chunky boy. Big old chunk of plastic. Should also take a minute to drink the coffee that my lovely youngest daughter made for me. Streaming to an audience of one so far today, but that's okay. I'm enjoying the build. number 2. Done. Coffee. Okay. That is it for the inner frame. Lucky boys. Uh-huh. I think I'm going to break out some metal parts here in a second. I believe so. Chunky bits. Quite a bit of weight to them. Oh. Well, not a bad thing though. These things, well, this one in particular is a little bit taller than usual, so do with a bit of bottom weight. So I'll put them aside. I'm going to need them. L7, T31, T2. Okay. Okay. Do 2 at a time. Still moving along. Okay. 31 and 32. Trim these up. Looks like they sit inside the thigh. There's a grommet. Some description to help the articulation so that things aren't all sloppy and loose and it's able to stand up and be posed. Okay. And that apparently sits on top of it. Okay, I see. Interesting. Definitely adds some weight. Okay. Well, 6 and 20 and 21. Let's get the big boy off first. Okay, I'll cut these out in a piece. Let's do that. Oh, what did I do there? Ah, some strange reason I must have bumped my privacy guard on the webcam. Going by the instructions, these have to go in a very specific way. Like little gaskets or grommets. Hey, welcome. Burbringer. How's your Sunday? Mine's fantastic. I'm enjoying a coffee and a Gundam. Some chill tunes. That's got some heft to it. I feel like it wants to pop together though. Can without killing it. Get my expert tools. This crazy old utility knife that I've had it floating around for, I'd say a good 10 years. It's older than my youngest daughter. I use it for absolutely everything. There we go. Maybe not quite. That's actually a really good build, dude. I have the anime version Senanju. It's a great build. Stein's next on my list, or on it's in the backlog. But I am looking forward to getting into that. Did it come with a full set of water slides? Is it the Vercar version? Because I know there's two. I don't know if you can see the picture behind my cam, but yeah, I've got a few master grades. I've got a high V or new Gundam Vercar, which was quite fun to put together. Yeah, nice water slides. Yeah, I do like a good set of water slides. They are time consuming, but patience, soak properly, should be right, mate. What are you using as far as tools go for your water slides? Good tweezers, a good soak tub with a sponge so that you don't lose it because you can over soak them, and warm water. Warm water goes a long way. Normal stickers for now. Yep, cool. My Senanju came with both. I opted for neither, and actually holding off until I get my airbrush set up, and then I'm going to do some masking and airbrushing. Don't be afraid of water slides, man. They're easy. They're actually not as bad as people make them out to be. They can be tedious, but if you're patient and follow a process, and there's some good YouTube tutorials on how to make it easy on yourself. But like I said, a good soak in warm water, a trough with fresh water and a sponge lining the bottom of it so that things don't fall away too far. Yeah, one at a time, man. Take your time. Get yourself some mark setter. That comes in handy as well. But don't be afraid to have a go. Find a small water decal in the corner of your sheet and practice with something small and obscure and sort of on a back panel or something you're not going to be too terribly worried about if it goes missing. Okay, well, if you put water decals on Warhammer, it's really not much different, man. Only thing is these come in a massive sheet. Yeah, give it a go. You'd be surprised. You'll surprise yourself, I think. Definitely don't be scared of it though, dude. Yeah, some of those chest pieces are pretty, I don't know, I think it's more trying to get it to apply to the surface. Gundams are easy because most of the places you've got to put a water decal are flat. There's not a lot of curved surfaces, and most of the decals occasionally run around corners, but it's nothing too over the top, nothing too stressed about, I don't think. But yes, the chest piece on St. Andrew is interesting. Trims, yep, I'm hearing you. I think the one I'm going to have the most trouble with, because I've got massive meat hook hands, are the cuffs around the wrists of my St. Andrew. I wouldn't think they'd be much rounder than the base of one of my cleaning brushes. So for my big hands, it's going to take a little bit to get them done, but I'll give it a go. I'm not too stressed about it at the moment. This particular project's taking my attention at the moment. A 1/60th scale perfect grade Astray Red frame, which I was quite pleased to pick up on the cheap through Facebook Marketplace. One of my better finds. Although my where is he? Let's see if he's up at the top there. My new type Gundam Burkar, I also found on Facebook Marketplace for $20. Had some minor repairs required. Yeah, PG red frame, dude. I'm keen. I've had this sitting to the side for a while, so I'm gonna just work through the inner frame and then give that some detail before I move on to doing some scribe work on the white armor and the additional details. There's a lot of chrome runners, so I'm going to have to get some specific touch-up paint, because I know that's not going to come off the runner in one piece. Well, it'll come off the runner in one piece, but there'll be a nipper mark regardless of how well I cut it. Do need a good set of one-sided nippers, but at the moment, work with what I've got. Eventually, see how I go. I might give it a light undercoat once I've got the frame together. Give it a light undercoat, and then maybe a metallic red. Of course, panel line it and clean it up so it makes it all look nice. And not that you're going to see much of the frame, but knowing that the details are there and I've put the time into it, it's quite a sizable model. I mean, that's, if you can imagine, I've got massive hands, and that's a thigh, I think. That's the inner frame for a foot. Yeah, nice, dude. Nice. Always got something to look forward to Christmas. I'm going to do this one a piece at a time. So I think today the aim is to get the feet and the legs, or at least the lower legs, complete in a frame, and get the basic mechanics of the lower half done today and see how that goes, because these instructions are not by any means easy to look at. They're actually quite complex, but piece at a time. Everything's really well color separated too, so it's not like some of the master grades where a lot of the inner parts are all one color. The actual inner frame for the PG is a darker red than the armor parts and some of the internal grommets, so it's relatively easy to follow along. So I think that's why I kind of want to get the inner frame done, work through it nice and slowly, and eventually add some detail to it so its inner frame's a little unique, let's say. Some of these parts, my camera's not the best, but some of these parts have got some very fine details on them. So with a bit of panel lining and maybe some masking and a little bit of gold touch up underneath as well, they'll come up quite nice. Oh, nice. What's your other master grade, dude? I've done the new Burkar, St. Andrews there. I've also got a Vidar there somewhere behind the hammerhead. I've got 3 more in the box underneath my desk. I actually can't remember what they are because I ordered them and didn't bother opening the box because I knew what they were. I think they actually might be third-party mechs. They looked good anyway, so I ordered them. Oh, nice. That is a cracker of a Gundam, man. Avalanche X, yeah. I actually had the option to buy that when I purchased this particular PG Red frame, and opted not to because I knew that this would take up a lot of my time. But it is definitely a sweet looking master grade. Okay, where am I to? Rule of cool. I like that, man. That's a good way to look at it. If it's cool, I'll give it a go. I'm actually keen to get my hands on some of the older master grades. Now, they don't look the best, but I've seen some custom paint done on them to change them. So the master grade, I think it's the RGM Sniper 2, and there's a couple of others as well that look really good with different color schemes, and you can buy separate sets of water decals. And they come up really, really good with a bit of scribe work and some panel lining. So I'd love to get hold of Easy 08 and some of the older ones from my childhood. Oh, nice. Nice. Yeah, I like the Astray, man. I wouldn't mind getting hold of a blue frame master grade. I think that'd be a fun build. I'm not really into really big, complex backpacks and wings and all that sort of stuff. I do have behind me here Strike Freedom in high grade. That was fun to build. It actually looks pretty cool too. I also know of a Perfect Strike Freedom, I think, PG grade, locally here to me. So yeah, I'm thinking about picking that up as well. The old great pile of shame, mate. Warhammer. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I like Warhammer. I'm big on the lore. I love the shorts that you see pop up. The people that are really into it. The books are good. The games have always been great. I absolutely love the original Space Marine. Space Marine 2 is amazing. But never really got into building them myself, man. It was not a rabbit hole I was willing to go down, particularly with the price of them. So I kind of just let that one slide. I've got a mate that's right into it. But yeah, he's tried in vain many a time to get me to buy and paint. I think I actually mentioned it to the wife at one stage, and she just looked at me and went, no, that's not a hobby that I think we will look at, my dear. You were saying you were scared. Oh, well, not so much scared of water decals, but they can get a bit scary. I'm scared of painting because I've got massive meat hook hands, and they're not the steadiest at my age. I mean, I'm, let's say, 45 plus. And yeah, I'm a bit of a perfectionist. So if it's not right, I could see myself very quickly stripping down a mini and starting from scratch. Plus, I don't really have much in the way of technique. I'm not the artisty kind. I'm build things with your hands. Base colors, simple stuff. Make it look cool. But as far as blending and techniques go, I know a lot of that stuff comes over time, but it's not something not something I think I've got the patience for. You never know. Something might fall into my lap one day and I'll find a starter kit, something, one of the local marketplaces, and pick it up, give it a go. Yes, I have seen it. Get a free mini, get a lesson, all that sort of stuff. I have a Warhammer store here in town actually, and I've been in and spoken to the guys and bought some brushes, and I've got a couple of pots of Null oil, which I use for recessed details and things like that. So I'm familiar with it. But again, big mid-hook hands, tiny little minis. I've got some tools and bits and pieces there, and some brushes that I've kept over the years, but I don't know. I'll give it a go one day. But for the moment, Gundams have my heart. The other thing that I think also concerns me to a degree is that I don't want to kill Warhammer for myself, so to speak. It's something I enjoy. Like I said, I like the lore, I like the games, and I could probably see myself, hopefully not, getting the shits with it, and not wanting anything to do with it. If I don't like the minis or the paint work and that sort of stuff. So I'm a keep it simple, stupid kind of guy. You're probably right, man. But again, Warhammer, I like it. It's not something I've played as far as the whole gaming side of it. But yeah, I could collect a few minis, paint them up. Interesting actually to see what sort of detail I can get going between a little bit of hand brushing and some airbrush work. I have an airbrush coming made here in Australia, SMS Dragonair 0.3 mil, and they make their own airbrush ready paints, no thinning required, all that sort of thing. So if I can keep it simple and not have to worry about, you know, excessive cleanup and color contamination and all that sort of thing, and make it easy for myself, then yeah, I'd probably see myself giving it a red hot crack. Yeah, look, I think it's one of those things, man, where I've got a backlog of Gundam. I don't particularly want a backlog of Warhammer as well, as cool as that would be. Oh, okay. Now things are going to start getting interesting because there's some internal mechanisms here that I thought some of the master grade frames were pretty intricate. This is going to be insane. 12, 13, and 16. Let's get those out. So how far are you through your St. Andrew Stein, dude? Yes. Yes, that is a very nice inner frame. I'm interested to see, because some of these third-party ones I've got in the box here, and they're just generic mechs that are themed. I think I've got a ground sniper version and something else. They're not Bandai Gundams or anything like that. It'd be interesting to see what they're like, because the quality and the detailing in some of them appears to be quite good. Pre-painted runners, all that sort of thing. But I think that's a job for the Christmas break, while I am off my day job for a bit. Get some time at home to do the relaxation, spend some time with the kids. The daughters enjoy the Bandai Pokemon snap togethers. They're pretty cool. They don't take a lot. Basic set of nippers. They are really, really well undergated, if I'm being honest. And a lot of pieces actually come straight off the sprues without too much persuasion. So I'm sure there'll be some of those floating around that I'll be doing with the daughters as well. They've already got a little bit of their own collection sort of going. I do have an entry grade Isle Striker in pink that I've been meaning to put together with them, but yet I have not found time to do that. So I'll make that a plan to get that done over the Christmas break. Another one from the backlog. Nice. It's always good when you get to the end of finishing up a certain piece and you can sit back and have a look at it and go, yeah, that actually looks really cool. Definitely need to get myself a decent set of nippers. This is good, like the entry grade Delta nippers. They do the job and they're quite fine at the tip, but I'd like to get myself a good set of single bladed nippers, steady, God hands, something like that. Don't need to spend a fortune, but just a single bladed nipper to save me pulling out the hobby knife every once in a while. Do you like the God hands, man? How would you rate them up the scale? I had someone give me a set of, I think they were made by Citadel, Warhammer nippers. They were crap. They were big. They were good for my hand size. But yeah, they weren't very good. They didn't hold an edge with harder plastics. Yeah, I've heard that like the God hands are the bee's knees of nippers. Don't mind spending good money on good tools. Never had an aversion to that. Friend has God hands. He swears by them. I'm scared that I will spend money on them and then break them. A lot of people, and I'm assuming they're people that don't know how to use single-bladed nippers, try to use them to cut away clear plastic from their sprues, from the runners, and fail miserably. Oh, okay, cool. Might be an adjustment thing, man, because I know they've got an adjustable, I could be wrong here, please feel free to correct me, but I believe they have an adjustment screw, so it might be a case that they're not quite adjusted right. Could be wrong. Okay, now these sons of bitches go together. Yeah, there you go. There you go, dude. Sorry, my old eyes telling me I need to get a closer look at this to get it right. Oh, okay. Here I was thinking that it's got to go at the back. It's actually at the front. It's got to go at the back. Interesting. I'm sure there'll be attachments here that make these thighs move. Specifically, it's stiff. All good though. Yeah, I won't be having any of that. Thank you. Yeah, yeah. I get them occasionally, man. Not often, but occasionally. Easy sort of though. Quick ban. Don't get them often. Don't exactly have a big channel. I got like 27 followers. And I'm more than happy to just sit here and chat to myself. Whoever decides to pop in. Listen to some chill tunes on a Sunday and have a coffee. Work on some Gunpla. Yeah, look, it's been a while actually since I don't stream on a regular basis, you know, but occasionally, and it's been a while since I've had one pop up, so I really can't complain too much. I've got a friend that usually pops in and mods for me occasionally, and we just kind of hang out. I've done a few charity streams for mental health, depression, Black Dog Institute, so they're always good. A group of friends, we get together and do that sort of thing. But this is the first time in a while. Oh man, thanks for popping in. Appreciate it. It's good to have a chat. If you get your own channel up and going, buddy, I've given you a follow, so I'll come along and watch you build. Have a chat. Keep at it, man. One didn't quite pop together like the others. Yeah, look, I'm the same, man. It took me a while. I'm a bit of a homebody. I tend to keep to myself. I'm not an overly confident person, which might surprise you, but I do like to talk to people, and I find it easier to talk to people when I don't have to look at their face. So streaming kind of works, and I've got a good community of online gaming friends, and that's kind of helped bring me out of my shell. I'm a bit of a yapper now, apparently. Oh, okay. Nice. Multilingual. That's pretty cool, dude. And your third language of all things too. That's awesome. Whereabouts are you based, if you don't mind me asking? Holland. Cool. How's that going, being over there close to conflict and everything at the moment? Or is it not everything that everyone says it is? Yeah, you're right. pops its head up every once in a while here in our mainstream media. But it's kind of, I think everyone's a bit over it, man. Like, it's dragging on. It's probably not likely to end anytime soon. Not a good thing though for the people that live in the region. Yeah, it's the same, man. It popped up every once in a while. It's not a daily occurrence. Something kicks off or some major event happens and you hear about it for 2 or 3 days. And then it just, yeah, it goes back to normal. Pinched a bit. Well, there you go. I now have a friend that builds Gunpla in Poland. I had some friends in on my last stream, or new friends on my last stream, from Malaysia. One from Vietnam. It was pretty cool. It's funny because by text, everyone seems to be able to. It's easy enough to understand context and just, you know, simple comments and things like that. So having a mutual hobby, I think, transcends some bounds, which is pretty cool, particularly if you're not a native English speaker like me. I'm as dumb as a box of hammers. I don't speak anything other than English. What time is it, my sweetheart? It is currently 10 past 12. Are you getting hungry? You're more than welcome to get yourself something to eat. There's leftovers from last night, or you can make yourself a sandwich and grab some fruit. Good on you, kid. Ask your sister. She might be able to give you a hand with that. Thanks, kiddo. Yeah. The modeling community is pretty good, man. I have come across a few odd ducks, I'll say. They're not bad people. I think they just, potentially because of the language barrier, they don't communicate their, how do I put this? They don't communicate their intent, or their intent comes across somewhat snarky or mildly aggressive, although that's not what they intend. Just simple comments about paint finishes and things like that, but that's more around some of the Facebook Gundam groups and whatnot. Nothing over the top. I think it's, again, just simple misunderstandings and language barriers. Nothing that's intended to be aggressive or, you know, put other people down that enjoy the hobby. Me, I'm a beginner, man. I enjoy building. I'm not by any means a pro. There's some absolutely really gifted guys out there, particularly when it comes to masking and airbrushing and all that sort of stuff. And there's some absolutely fantastic quality builds that I see. Yeah, that's exactly right. Sometimes I think it's just cultural differences in the way things are said. I don't think there's any malice in it. Interesting. That's cool. Chrome. Do like a little bit of chrome. Yes, my love. If you're gonna try up and cook the whole lot, I'll share them with you. Having some, Charlotte? Cook them anyway, sweetheart, because they can be reheated later. Thank you. Daughters, man, they're the best thing. Yeah, it's pretty detailed, man. I can understand, like, I know they're master grade, sizing 1/100, but I can see why they're so expensive, because the detail on them is next level. I think the most intricate, here's one for you, because you're building the St. Andrew Stein, and I've got this one, the red one. When I was putting the head together, it has a mechanism in it. I'm not sure if the Stein does. It has a mechanism that allows the eye to move track when the head turns. And I snipped the lens from a hard plastic runner, shot across the room. I never found it. So I had to hodgepodge or custom make something. So I trimmed a piece from across the runner and sanded it back so that it fit, glued it on, and added some high contrast Gundam eye green from a marker pen, and it actually came up pretty good. I was very, very happy with it. But yes, my big meat hook hands, that was an interesting task to undertake. I'll say that. There's a little bit of swearing and cursing going on, but it was mainly myself, my stupidity, because I had caused the problem myself. So my nipping technique has gotten better since then, that's for sure. But I generally try to make sure I cover a runner with a hand, something to make sure that I at least keep the parts that I'm snipping off instead of losing them. Ooh, I get to start a new sprue. Some extras off L. Then I'm going to change over to M. Yeah. Yeah, I used to in my younger days, and in my younger days, in my late teens, I was right into building model aircraft, warplanes, FA-18 Hornets, Tomcats, all that sort of thing. And it was generally not much of an issue because everything back then I did in particular, the way I was taught, was everything was taken off the runners with a craft knife. So you would slowly and very gently slice things off, so you didn't have to worry about parts flying across the room. Yeah, I'm old, dude. I don't. It's to me, as far as I'm aware, nippers like we have these days, god hands and things like that, are very much a new thing. I could be wrong, but modeling once upon a time was craft knives, and if you were lucky, you had a small palm-sized set of side cutters for taking things off the sprues. But yeah, none of this fancy single-bladed nipper or anything like that. It was all just side cutters and hobby knives. Tunes a bit and see what else we've got going here. Oh, nice. You happy with it, man? Merbringer, thank you very much for popping in, man. I appreciate you coming in to keep me company. It's good to chat to you. You too, man. Have fun. Thanks for the follow too, dude. Appreciate it. Nah, thanks, dude. I appreciate it. It's always nice to have company on a Sunday morning. I like making new friends too, even if they're on the other side of the world. So thank you very much for popping in, mate. Generally try and stream every Sunday. So if you're ever not busy or you find yourself putting a Gundam together and you want to have a chat, my stream's up, pop in for a chat. It'd be awesome. Arnold was right. Knew there was some sort of mechanical aspect to the back of the thigh. Groovy. Smooth out a few of these pieces. Hopefully when it comes time to undercoat, these will get hidden pretty well. think the good thing about doing the inner frame first on its own is that I can actually pull it apart, turn some of the seam lines into panel lines before I undercoat everything. So we're good. This one might take me a while, but it's going to be stunning when it's done. Okay. Oh, I get to dig out a new runner. This is going to be awesome. Excuse me. Oh. Nice. Okay. 23, 24, and 31. 31's easy to find. Let's get that off. Cool. More moving parts than I was expecting, that's for sure. No, thank you, darling. Thank you, sweetheart. Appreciate it. We'll pull off a bit before I touch them. Thank you, though. Beard's a bit bloody straggly this morning. Why do I get the feeling this is not actually the upper thigh? This is just like a knee joint. Jesus. This thing's going to be massive. It is. Surely that's just the knee joint. Very cool either way. Okay, moving along. L. See how this goes together. Close look at my instructions. Old eyes are failing me. Aha. Winning. That's cool. This looks like one giant piston. Bit of black detailing behind that would make it look amazing. That's pretty cool. Nice. Let's get the other one done. Getting close to. Surely I'm getting close to. Oh no, God. Yeah, that's only the upper leg. See how far I get through this today. I might have to take a break. Do this piece by piece, I think. It's got to be the kneecap. 20, 21, and 22 from Emma. Sabo, welcome, man. Look, I'll be honest with you, dude. I don't know, and don't take this the wrong way, whether that's just another scam posting from someone else. Please don't be offended if that's not the case. I'm not big on streaming. I'm not looking to push the channel to be anything other than somewhere for me to hang out on Sunday, have a coffee, build some models, and chat to people. So while I do appreciate it, more than welcome to throw me a follow. And if you have your own channel, I'll follow you back and check out some of your content if that's the case. But if it's anything else, mate, then yeah, sorry, I'm not really interested. Thank you. Streaming's not a big deal for me. I know it is for some people, and they want to sort of get something kicked off the ground. For me, it's just a place to hang out, chat to new people, do stuff on Sunday, coffee, etc. So yeah, thank you, but yes, it is. Okay, that is supposed to go in there. I think it is too. There you go. Okay, now we're starting to do some funky stuff. That's very cool. So I think what I have is a knee and a kneecap. So, Sabaton. It's Sunday where I am here in Australia. What are you doing with your Sunday? Let's see if you're a bot or not. Yeah, a little quiet there. I wonder why that is. I really will figure myself out a better overhead camera rig one of these days. Maybe Santa Claus will bring me something nice from Amazon. But I have to remember to keep putting my hands back under the camera. Sorry about that. I've got the edge stuff in my face. Okay, I think this is lower leg. Interesting. Oh, I might leave it there for this week. A bit shorter than last one. Last stream was nearly 4.5 hours long. But I've got a long way to go on this model, so I'll definitely be back to do more with it. So far, pretty impressive. I might even do a little bit behind the scenes so that the next time I come back, it looks a little better. But that will be me for this week, guys. I'll see you all again next Sunday. Thank you very much to those that popped in, and my new follower, friend from Poland. Yeah. GG's, guys. See you next week.